so good to see you again, guys. You and your smiling faces. Yeah, we're back to another edition of our 21 Days Let's Talk. This is day 4. In the past couple of days, we've had a few issues that I might have highlighted, that you might have highlighted also through my inbox and so forth. And we continue to have certain conversations revolving around COVID-19 and the coronavirus. We still enlighten each other, we still learn, we still go forward. So one particular thing that I've noticed in the past couple of days, and this has also been highlighted in our local newspapers and in the media, is that over the past day, in fact yesterday, it was noted that people, particularly in Bulawayo, and I'm pretty sure in Harare as well, people have started trickling back into the city streets, trying to like everything is back to normal. Of course, we don't have as much traffic, but the story is people are beginning to trickle back into the cities, and this to me is a sign of some needs not being met. And I thought about this, and it sent me back about a week ago. There was a discussion that happened at Capitol, and I'm going to put the full discussion on the link below if you care to watch the whole full discussion, where we had, particularly in this case, I'm talking about Janet Joe, and she's the director of ZimCod, and she highlighted just before we got into this 21 days, she highlighted that if we ever get into a lockdown situation, will the needs of the most vulnerable be met? And then she also spoke about the citizens' perspective, because there's the government's perspective to this whole issue, there's the citizens' perspective, and those two perspectives seem to be very different or diverge from each other. And that to me says there's some lack of information that is either not being given or not being received. But either way, at the end of the day, the fact that we're in the same country and we have got different divergent views of the current situation, it means there's some issues that are not being addressed. And she spoke about that as well. So I'm going to put the clips right now, and you can hear what she said.
What are we doing for the vulnerable? Have we costed the measures so that they see the sense in it and they don't have to make the difficult decision of dying now of corona or dying of hunger? So I think, speaking from the citizens' perspective, there's a lot, I think, in terms of starvation, in terms of information, of all this goodwill that we're hearing. And I'm thinking that this is an opportunity for the interministerial task force to then up the game through the minister's ministry, the Ministry of Information, and give us this information so that we don't rely on Twitter, where we sometimes make typos. Like now you're saying 15,000, before it was 15 liters, and people were like, a day, 15 liters? So I think we really need, to put this all together where citizens can then access.
So yes, those are her views, and I pretty much concur with her views, because at the end of the day, the citizens' perspective is largely based on social media, and I do understand there's a lot of false information. Don't listen to everything you hear on social media. There's a lot of false information floating around, but at the end of the day, we have to have some source that we can all get corrective information. And talking about sources, all the information that I give you when it comes to stats or anything, it's based off the World Health Organization website. I'm going to put links below. A couple of links I'm going to put below actually are links to funding. In fact, there's a whole lot of fundraising happening around COVID-19 internationally. I'm going to put a link below where you can donate to a worthy cause, and then I'm going to put links below where you can get correct information for the World Health Organization, because these are things that we need to all get correct. Apart from that, I'm going to put another link of the full conversation that Janet Jo was talking about there, and she was also talking to the Minister of Health and Child Welfare, as well as the Minister of Information, and those are some things that we all need to be highlighted. Just in case you missed it, I'll put the links below. I think this whole situation gets to a point where the information overload, and it gets a bit depressing. So today, I just thought I would ease your minds a little bit and just kick back and take you back in the past year, where before we had this whole crisis and the fun that people had at different functions and so forth. And I just thought that we need to see the faces of the Zimbabweans that we're talking about. When we say Zimbabwe is in a crisis, we need to see the faces of the people we're talking about. And these people are the ones that I'm going to show right here in different scenarios, different functions. But I'm going to just do a little quick B-roll of stuff that I happened to cover over the past year in different crowded situations. I know we're now spaced, we have to talk here online, but yeah, this is a little bit of what happened last year, and this is the situation that we would all love to come back to, so we can all socialize once again and have the physical contact that we all yearn for as human beings. So yeah, here's a little bit of what happened last year. Yep, this is a little bit of what happened last year, and like I said before, if you would like to donate to a worthy cause of solving this whole COVID-19 issue internationally, I'm going to put a link below that takes you straight to a website where you can donate. You can donate anything, actually, from as little as $1 even, up to as much as you there are no limits, actually. But basically this link allows you to share the little that you have with those that are working on resolving this whole issue internationally. And one thing that I'd like to say is this is an official link, and 100% of your donations are going to be channeled through to a worthy cause of finding a cure for COVID-19. So yes, if you've got $1 to spare, please feel free to click on the link below. Yeah, and it's being handled by United Nations. And yeah, just before I go, there are just some things that I've been thinking about, that I had a discussion with a friend of mine over the phone earlier on today. And what we were discussing was, I think there's a perception from Zimbabweans, in fact from a whole lot of people, if not across the world, that the issue that we're currently in is going to happen for the next few days, few weeks, maybe. And particularly in Zimbabwe, we're looking at it as if it's a 21-day issue. The reality on the ground is this is more of a marathon than it is a 100-meter sprint. So when the 21 days is over, the trouble, in my view, is literally just beginning. And there's so many things that we have to change: our lifestyles, how we do things, how we interact with each other. And these things are not going to change after 21 days. After 21 days, so much more has to be put into place, that you and I have to put into practice. So this is not a 100-meter sprint. So don't look forward to the end of 21 days thinking that at 21 days everything's going to be normal. It surely is not likely to be normal. It's going to, we've changed our way of life, and God forbid that this is going to become our new way of living for the rest of our lives. But understand fully that at least for the next 3 to 4 months, we might have to live a totally different lifestyle from the ones that we're accustomed to. Which brings me also to say that online, a friend of mine said, if you come out of this 21-day cycle without you having acquired a new skill, without you having acquired a new side hustle, without you having acquired new knowledge, then one thing's for sure: you never lack time, you lack discipline. So until next time, we talk again tomorrow. Loud 5 out, and I will catch you in the next one.